Hey, what's up, ecosystem? PureProtect by RideKleen. We're talking EPA approved car cleaning, vehicle disinfecting, safe car home delivery, safer trucking working environment for dealers, auctions, carriers, and car shipping customers. Peace of mind during COVID-19. Let's meet the co-founders of RideKleen, Pratik Patel and Dr. Rikin Patel. They're here tonight to educate us about their company and products and answer your questions. RideKleen is a nationally recognized brand, so it's a pleasure to have them here with us tonight. So you're going to want to buckle in because it's Tuesday nights live on Auto Transport Intel. I'm Jay, your host. Welcome back to the show. Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to Auto Transport Intel. I'm excited. I'm nervous. This is a big show, man. RideKleen is here with us tonight. Can you believe that? I mean, that is just awesome. So, and it's PureProtect by RideKleen, so that is the name of the product by the company RideKleen. Hey, I'm getting ahead of myself. What I need to do, I need to let you know what's going to happen tonight. Listen, if this is your first time here, I want you to feel welcome. Please do feel welcome on Auto Transport Intel. You are welcome to ask questions, whether you're just starting out or you're transitioning, or maybe it's your first time here. Please do say hello in the live chat. It's a big part of the show. We're going to go into the live chat very soon, so please do let me know what's going on with you, what you're looking for, how we can help you. It's a community, so please help each other. We're going to go into industry news at the quarter hour. Industry news is a cornerstone of this show where we talk about national news, memes, social media news, good news, bad news, and then we're going to touch upon topics that are highlighted in the interview tonight. Before we get to the interview, we're going to go into the information superhighway. I'm going to do a further job of trying to set up the topic. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to car cleaning, vehicle disinfecting. This whole show is about car cleaning, vehicle disinfecting, and that topic, because we're going to go into the interview, the PureProtect by RideKleen interview on Auto Transport Intel, an in-depth discussion with Pratik Patel. He's the president and co-founder, and with Dr. Rikin Patel, COO and co-founder, and they are the interview, the panel, and we're going to spend a long time with them. We're really lucky to have them, so really do appreciate them being a part of the show. I appreciate you joining the show. Hey, we're live. I have to make sure that we're live. So here's what I want you to do. Please stick around, jump into the live chat. I'm going to be right back.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verification of loads when nobody answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years of experience in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021. Or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
Okay, Murphy Auto Transport Services. Sue is a friend of the show. If you're looking for a dispatcher, you need dispatch services, contact Sue. The information is in the live chat. She also has a broker's license, so if you have a brokering question or you need help getting a load moved, give her a call. Contact Sue at Murphy Auto Transport Services. Okay, so we did the welcome lineup. Check this out. I got something new. You guys ready? I hope this works. Okay, so you're going to see the live chat on the screen. I just added that, and I think it's going to work. However, I got to go back to the top because I'm going to go say hello to the live chat from the top. But please do chime in and keep it cool because you're on the screen. Okay, so Michael Culler was first. What's up, Michael Culler? Michael Culler says, howdy. Think Murphy Auto Transport for all your dispatching needs. Listen, and Michael works with Murphy Auto Transport, and I think they have an open spot. So contact, they're in the live chat right now. You're looking for a dispatcher? Live chat it right now. Get taken care of. Hey, Michael, finally welding my truck extensions on, says Joseph McCleary. Should be ready to haul within 2 weeks. Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, those extensions are great. They come in so handy. So that's awesome. And thanks for saying hello, Joseph, in the live chat. Mark Grodicke. Hey, Jay. Mark from Superflow Systems here. Looking forward to tonight's show and chatting with my homies. Me too. And by the way, can you hear me okay? Can you see me okay? I haven't received any notifications of a problem, so that's good. Sometimes the mic volume fluctuates, so I want to make sure it's not coming in too hot. Let's see here. All right, what else we got here? Ty says party. What's up, Ty? How you doing, buddy? Man, I really like the video that we released. That was yesterday. Dealers, auctions, and carriers. Cars on the move. Fridays at noon. So we have a 1-minute edit kind of showing what it's about. If you haven't seen it, go to Auto Transport Intel on YouTube and check that out. It's 1 minute. You could be right back. Ty, spray the cologne inside. There you go. Just spray cologne inside the cars. Right. We could save a ton of money. Shaw Auto Carriers is here. We're brokers and carriers and surviving. Well, thanks, Shaw Auto Carriers. Thanks for saying hello and tuning in. We appreciate it. Murphy Auto Transport. Hey, everyone. We're ready for some car cleaning tonight. We are ready. Yeah, that's good. Andrew Nikolai. Okay, so Andrew's on from Cox Automotive, Mobility, and the RideKleen team. Looking forward to tonight's show. So if you got a question, Andrew will be in the live chat while Pratik and Dr. Rickin are on the live interview. So you can ask questions the whole show. This is it, man. Listen, if you're a carrier, and do this here, I want to say this. If you're a carrier and you are looking for that disinfecting solution, you know, you've been winging it with Lysol wipes and stuff, this is the show. Find out how to serve your customers and the car shipping customers in a professional manner. That's what this show is all about. So ask the questions and find out what it's going to take. That's what we want to do for you. That was the impetus of the show. So thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it. Oh, Kimberly. Kimberly's in the live chat. Thank you, Kimberly, for monitoring the live chat, posting information. Thank you so much. And let's see who else we got in here. Yep, we got the core. We got Sue and Ty and Mark. Michael's in here, of course. Carlos Braxton, ACB Logistics. What's up, Carlos? Thanks so much for tuning in. You like that? That's cool, man. Hey, did you get a haircut? I did not get a haircut. I don't do that very much. But I'm glad it looks clean and wholesome, right? This is the clean show, and I want to be clean. What else we got here? Looking for an awesome driver for my awesome dispatcher. That's right. Murphy Auto's ready to go. Ants Transportation. I love your guests already, Jay. Thanks, Ants. That's awesome. And by the way, I know I call you guys by your YouTube handles, and you got other names and nicknames and aliases. Thank you, Ants. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Who else we got in here? Oh, Ron from Traffic Inc. What's up, Ron? It wouldn't be a show without Ron from Traffic Inc. Thanks so much for tuning in. Oh, Artie. Right. Thanks, Ty. See, I forget. I can't remember everybody's handles and their names. What else we got here? Oh, Jonas Faber. Hey, what's up, Jonas? Thanks for tuning in, man. That's awesome. Thanks for saying hello. I like the icon. Nick Medore. Hey, what's up, Nick? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for saying hello. And what else? Oh, Bill Bad Apples. What's up, car peoples? What's going on, Bill? Thanks for tuning in and joining us. It's the community. Hey, this is show 142 in a row. on a Tuesday night. Isn't that exciting? So cool. FYI, Mannheim sucks. 2.5 hours to find a car today. That blows. Yeah, oh, that's a great idea, Ty. We need to defund COVID. By the way, I just want to mention, I got kind of educated on the whole defund the police thing, and it requires education because the name alone doesn't tell you the whole story. So if you don't know what defund the police means, I'm not saying, and I don't want to get political, but it's in the news, of course. So just go get some information. You can always, okay, and see, look, see, do you see what you did there, Bill? That's terrible. No. Sound and video is perfect. Thank you, Artie. Appreciate it. By the way, RideKleen is owned by Cox Automotive. So, I'm just saying. It's okay. It's all good. Cable Trader Edge Transport here out of Pasco, Washington. Really, no, I'm really excited to have RideKleen on the show tonight. That's awesome. Isn't that awesome? That's awesome. What else we got here? Frederick DeLeon. What's up? Frederick DeLeon. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. That's cool. Roland Novoa. I enjoy your show whenever possible. I've been hauling cars for over a year and 20 years over the road. I'm looking for good dispatchers. Get out of town. You're looking for a good dispatcher? Murphy Auto Transport is here. Text Michael Culler. Text Murphy Auto Transport. Find out how you can get the help. And that's how this works. Everybody here knows that this ecosystem works, man. It's so cool. My truck is so clean in the morning, I had a pile of COVID-19 on the floor. What? Okay. But I'm glad your truck is clean. Watch out for the COVID. Jonas Faber. Hey, I'm about to renew my IRP and I'm adding another truck on it. But the thing is, I'm from Florida and the truck is coming from Georgia. Anybody want to jump in on that? That'd be great. FNS Trucking. Hey, Jay. What's up, FNS? Jonas. And looks like it's out of state. I need to have some VIN verification file to get on that truck. Do you guys know something about that? We do have folks that can help point you in the right direction. I know Sue would be happy to give you some information. PFA. That's more insurance. What's the company? No, Evil Sizer. You need some Evil Sizer. Go to evilsizer.co. Say hello to Penny. That's a good idea. That would definitely do some work. I don't, but oh, and Brian, the compliance guy. Yeah. There's a good idea. Thanks, Ty. I'm gonna put the link. What you want to do is you want to go to yourdotguy.com. That's Brian Riker. Oh, see when I type it out. Yeah, go to yourdotguy.com. Go to yourdotguy.com. That's Fleet Compliance Solutions, Brian Riker. Oh, yeah, he's got all the information. Do that. That's a great idea. Thanks, Ty. Thank you, Ecosystem. Always working for me. Thank you. Okay, listen, we're caught up on the live chat. And so now, and oh, it's 8:13. Perfect. So we're going to go into some industry news. So let's go ahead and we're done with the live chat, but thank you for participating in live chatting and keeping it clean, right? This is the clean show, so we want to keep everything clean, right? So here's what we're going to do. I want you to stick around because we're going to be right back with some industry news. And welcome back to Auto Transport Intel Tuesday nights live. This is the Car Shipping Business Channel, and that was a message from Acertus. The contact info is in the live chat. Many carriers are familiar with Acertus, but if you're a fleet or a dealer or an auction and you're looking for a company that can handle your accounts nationwide, vehicle transport, title and registration, storage, care, compliance, they do it all. Go to acertusdelivers.com and they'll help you. Acertus will help you. Let's go into industry news. It is now time. Probably my favorite segment. Oh, and it's 8:15. I'm right on time. So let's do that. Let's see here. First slide. I always like to start with the video thumbnail, the DVD cover of the show, The Clean Show. Is your car clean? RideKleen. PureProtect by RideKleen. That's the interview tonight. Really excited to have Pratik and Rick on the show with us. It's going to be great. There's going to be so much information. And by the way, ooh, there is a surprise. Yes, there's a gimme. If you stick around, I'm going to tell you more about ATI 5. and how ATI 5 can help you. What's ATI 5? I don't know. I think we should stick around. Protection against coronavirus, that's what we're talking about. That's what everybody wants to know, right? Anything you buy now, right? How can I be protected? Well, you promised clean. I sprayed it. It's ridiculous. Wait, I thought we were talking business. Yeah, in fact, here's a t-shirt. Car hauler, because anybody can slam 2 doors, but only a few can rack them and stack them. I don't think you're supposed to say it that way, though, Jay. Sound like a dispatcher. Hey, broke life. Here's another t-shirt. Auto transporters work hard. Oh, come. Well, anyways, if you can get that shirt, if you want to get the shirt. Anyone if you want a shirt, email Jeff. And, yeah, there you go. Sweet. What else we got here? Oh, here's another shirt. You guys want to see what this shirt looks like? Okay, so a dispatcher's coffee is always cold, and their beer is always hot. I know, because I used to be a dispatcher. I think this little guy was drawn for... okay, let's get that off the screen. Okay, hey, business tip. Stop lowballing your business to satisfy cheap people. That is a good business tip. That's a very good business tip. Enclosed brokers be like, it's small, you can fit it. Yep, sounds about right. In fact, I guess that's why on this Facebook post, he says, no brokers. It's to move an in-op. No brokers. It's funny. Here's a good one. Let's see here. Oh, this is a beauty. Yeah. No, I'm just, man, this is straight up. I mean, this is from Central Dispatch. Yeah, that's a beauty. I mean, look at those trucks for 33 cents a mile. Ooh, yeah. Sign me up. The head of the largest freight broker association is stepping down. This is another chapter in the OIDA TIA fisticuffs. Now, Robert Voltman, I hope I said that right. He's stepping down. He had posted a video defending the brokers. There's a lot going on. Anyways, it is, man, this thing just keeps on chugging. By the way, speaking of OIDA, this is today, June 16th. The Garcia Amendment 062, also known as the poison pill, wants to raise the mandatory minimum insurance requirement on motor carriers from $750K to $2 million. Yeah, need that like a stab in the eye with a sharp stick. How much is insurance? Let's see here. Oh, it's 22 grand. No big deal. Yeah. So yeah, and how much is your down payment? You're right. You're like four. Oh, his down payment was 4440. Yeah, no big deal. No big deal. And it happens all the time. That's why insurance is high. It just happens all. It's not even the same one. Speaking of, let's see. I was driving down the road last night when I got blasted with bullets. Without going into too much detail, I dodged the bullets. I'm okay. However, the truck will need a lot of work done to it. Yeah, I saw an article. There was a headline talking about, I just saw it, talking about truckers want more conceal and carry rights. Does auto insurance cover cars damaged during protests and riots? That is a good question. The answer, let's see, typically covered under optional comprehensive insurance plans, which approximately 2/3 of policyholders have. Okay, that's good. So that's optional comprehensive insurance. But take time to assess the damage and get an estimate, because if it's less than your deductible, you guys know this. Don't tell anybody. Just do it. Just get her done. Oh, marijuana accounts for most failed drug tests. Yeah, we saw that headline was everywhere. Of the 20,000 plus positive tests since the clearinghouse opened on January 6th, 20,000 positive tests since January, that's 6 months. 10,000 were for marijuana, 3,000 for cocaine, 2,000 methamphetamines. Wow. And to date, more than 889,000 drivers and 125,000 employers are registered. Wow, no wonder that thing went down near the beginning. That's some crazy stuff. Truck drivers say they won't deliver to cities with defunded police departments. That's why learning about the defund, honestly, after I heard what defunded means, so instead of 4 cops showing up with batons, you have 2 cops with batons and 2 psychologists with batons. No, something like that. Hey, are you looking to buy a car? Hertz is selling thousands of used cars in his fleets. You heard about this, the Hertz bankruptcy. Go to hertzcarsales.com. So I did. And there you go. Free deliveries within 75 miles. You see that? Looks like they're trying to... Free deliveries within... Free deliveries? Okay. Don't get me started. Advantage Rent-A-Car files for Chapter 11. Really? Are there any more rental car companies? Wow. There's some craziness, man. Supply chain logistic networks trying to recover. This is from the automotive logistics webinar last Wednesday. Man, supply chains are all kinds of messed up. Here's more bad news for VW and Audi. Puebla is a state in Mexico unable to reopen its plant, which is a blow to the VW and Audi. They both have plants in Puebla, Mexico. If you're interested in global news, you know, a little bit of global news. ACV Transportation Portal is nearly back to pre-COVID volumes. So that's the thing. Even though the plants are down, right? You got the rental cars flooding, and then you got pent-up demand. So things are happening. Oh, by the way, that's right. Go to acvauctions.com/ATI. That's where you get signed up. Get signed up. Little dabble do ya. Oh, Acertus is hiring. Sweet. They're growing. Check that out. That's a LinkedIn link. Look at that. At Akron Auto Auction, 84% was sold. That is awesome. That's a great... Man, that's great. That's a really high percentage. Find out more about it on Cars on the Move. That's where we connect dealers, auctions, and carriers. Ty is in the live chat. He's right there. He's blowing up the rockets. If you've got a question about Cars on the Move, if you're a dealer in auction and you want to connect to a carrier, or vice versa, you're a carrier, you want to connect to more dealers and auctions. Because where are the cars? You know where the cars are? Right there. Behind that guy, he's a buyer. He's the one you want to talk to. This is how you get your car shipping news. It's on Auto Transport Intel. I do appreciate you tuning in every Tuesday night. I do go live 4 times a week now. This is Tuesday Nights Live, kicking off the week. Actually, there is no MTC show tomorrow at 2. Ryan is on vacation, but we'll be back on Thursday at noon with Dispatching Live. Friday at noon with Cars on the Move. Looking for dispatching? Thursday. You looking for dealers and auctions? Friday. Pretty excited. Become an insider. Go to autotransportintel.com. The site has been updated. Need to update some of the blog posts. So there's a post from May. Dang it. But, you can go sign up as an insider. Man, there's so much to do. Okay, so it is now time. You know what time it is. It's time to raise a glass, have your ELD punch. Had to rebrand it. Okay, so do that. We're going to be right back. Hey, did you know about the Truckify links on Central Dispatch? Central Dispatch is like, doing what? No, they probably already know. So if you go in the reference ID, now there are hyperlinks. Copy and paste that into your browser. Book it. Negotiate. Get it while it's hot. With Truckify.
Access is everything. Hi everybody, this is Bill Zadites inviting you to become a member of CMG Premium. CMG Premium provides you with an upgraded level of knowledge, research, data, analysis, and much more. With VIP content curated from all of our industry verticals, you'll have more access with CMG Premium. Start your 45-day free trial by visiting autoremarketing.com and click on the green tab labeled Members. That's the green tab labeled Members at autoremarketing.com. Have access to more with CMG Premium.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Yeah. Do you know about the Truckify links thing? Actually, it's really cool. When we go into the superhighway, I'll show you that. So let's do this. Let's get back into the industry news and let's keep going. And yeah, auto remarketing. Where do you think I get all this great information? I mean, auto remarketing is a great source. Go check it out. Go to autoremarketing.com. You'll be happy you did. Doing what? Go to Automotive Intelligence Summit. If you really want to push your brain on the information of what's going on with dealers and automotive. Wow, what a show. Ty and I will be there in August. We're really looking forward to it. Thank you, Bill Zadites. And here's that Truckify stuff I was talking about. Yeah, so have you seen this? You go to Central. That's right. This is a row from a Central Dispatch load board post in Illinois to New York, Hyundai Elantra. Oh, you like it? There's the reference ID. There's a Truckify link. How does that work? What you do is you select it, right-click, and it launches a browser window. If you're logged into Dispatch Center, you can go right into the load. We're going to show that. It's pretty cool. Introducing PureProtect by RideKleen. Okay, so that's tonight's show, right? So I got a bunch of stuff I want to talk about here. I mean, before COVID, RideKleen existed. They were at locations, they sell products, and car cleaning was already a big thing, right? Auto remarketing, ready for purchase, right? It comes off the rental lot, it comes off the used car lot, it comes back from the repo. You got to clean it, empty it out, and it's a busy job. But that was car cleaning. Now we need car sanitizing, disinfecting, killing bacteria, killing COVID. So we're going to talk about, here's some tidbits from that. Here's an article, Permanent Change of Prospects for Logistics Post-COVID, the Sanitization of Finished Vehicle Logistics. It's a big deal, especially the car delivery customer, right? And, here's thinking about it, right? From an insurance perspective, a dealer's inventory now becomes a movable risk. Front and center, disinfected product evaluation. It's got to be an EPA-approved SARS-CoV product. Because here's the deal. Shopping is back up. Okay? It's coming back. Car shopping is coming back. But it's different. Right? You guys know that. Everybody knows that. Hey, 43% of consumers that responded to this were largely hesitant of catching or spreading COVID during the purchase of a vehicle. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of fear. Very fearful. More education is needed to help establish industry standards to eliminate fear within the vehicle or having something delivered, right? It's a lot of fear. I mean, fear. There's so much fear going on out there. Okay, Jay, we got it. Which of these would make you feel comfortable? Was the question. Look at that. I mean, it's a lot of fear. Okay. There's a lot of concern. And plus, what are the guidelines? I mean, they've changed a little bit. I mean, so how do we know? How do we know what and all the touch points and everybody's touching their face? Hey, do you think it's safer to purchase a vehicle from a dealership than a private individual? Yeah, I'll take it from. Yeah, that's right. I was fearful, but you're right. A private individual, I'll take the dealership. When you make your next vehicle purchase, would you prefer using contactless options? You bet. 2/3, yeah. I want zero contact. I want contactless and online shopping. Again, 66%. They want virtual appointments, private dealership appointments, at-home test drives, home delivery. Clean. Keep it clean. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see you. Okay, that's more than 700 different strains of bacteria living in a car, says Dr. Rick Patel, COO of RideKleen. More than 700 strains of bacteria living in a car. Just think about that. Dang. That'd be crazy. When customers drive into your shop, remember that the vehicles are hot spots. Okay, so there's, yeah, right? Who's fearful of who? Right? The customer comes in brings their car in for service. 700 bacteria hotspot. Wow, dude. Just leave it. Just step away from the vehicle. Steering wheels alone are 6 times dirtier than the average cell phone screen. Man, now that's dirty, dude. Steering wheels? Yikes. About 83% of consumers say it's extremely or very important to disinfect vehicle services after a service appointment. Yeah, so I'm going to go with just say everybody. Very important to disinfect vehicle services. Keep it clean. All right, so PureProtect by RideKleen. They have single vehicle kits to sanitize and disinfect a vehicle in 10 minutes or less. And then there's enterprise product solutions like an atomizer or fogger. Right on. How many cars do you need to clean? Okay, here's your single trial disinfectant, right? So you got your disinfectant bottle, microfiber cloth, pair of gloves, face mask, right? But it's, it's the solution, right? What's the solution? And by the way, it is environmentally conscious. That's good too. Approximately 1 gallon of water used versus 50 gallons in an average drive-through. Now that's your exterior cleaning, but hey, that's great news, right? Look how much water they save. Nice. So it's good stuff. So what is this stuff? EPA registered and approved antimicrobial product. And oh, here we go. So check this out. What are the active ingredients? Okay, this is cool. Chlorine dioxide and quaternary ammonium. Chlorine dioxide and quaternary ammonium, and that's important because if you this is important too. Ongoing residual effect. So this lasts up to 30 days after the treatment too. That's good. Chlorine dioxide, quaternary ammonium. Okay, so we got to do the steering wheel, door handles, gear shifter, cup holders, seat buckles, buttons, touch screens, wiper, turn signal, passenger, driver door, armrest, grab handles. That's a lot. Oh, and here's some okay, here we go. And here's some problems with some of your regular stuff. You're just using, whatever, right? Isopropyl alcohol, that'll degrade the leather. Bleach or hydrogen peroxide, that damages upholstery. And vigorous scrubbing can remove dye from leather. So these are going to be problems. You don't want to just run in there with your over-the-counter stuff. And this is right. We see this. We're seeing more signs everywhere. 6 feet, mask and gloves, key, door handle, steering wheel, and don't get a signature. Let's see here. Oh, here's Ready Logistics. They posted this. Okay, effective today. That was yesterday, Monday. All transporters must use the link below to complete a health assessment in order to pick up or drop off at Mannheim. And okay, so if you click on this COVID-19 related access form, okay, it takes you, here's your site. Okay, so here, I just want to, so you can go to coxservicenow.com, COVID access. You got that? All right, so there's your URL, and then here's your COVID-19 access form. You need to put in your mobile number, email, first name, last name, and okay, location, reason for visit, date of visit. You have to do one of these every single day that you're going to be there before you go there. All right, have you tested positive? Are you experiencing loss of taste or smell? Have you taken your temperature today? Have you been in direct contact? Have you traveled outside the U.S.? Man, cleanliness everywhere. In fact, Assertus had posted this offer contact-free options. Yes, contactless, touchless. Everybody is saying it. Hey, by the way, do you need an automotive webinar recap? I love automotive webinar recaps. Don't you? I posted this on Facebook. If you saw this on Facebook and you're here, thank you so much, because right now we're not going live to Facebook. If you saw the 5-part show that I did a few weeks ago, it had something to do with the server that was being used. So we're just going live to YouTube right now, so change the channel to Auto Transport Intel. Appreciate it. Yes, we go 4 times a week. I did say that earlier. It's in here again because I want everybody to know. Tell your friends. That's what Dispatching Live looks like on Thursdays. This is Cars on the Move on Fridays at noon. Oh, that's the old title. I got to update that. Hey, this is next Tuesday. Vehicle Inspection Reimagined with Raven. What is Raven? You're going to find out next Tuesday night. Tuesday nights live is experts and interviews. So appreciate you staying tuned. What is ATI 5 again? Where does this apply? You're going to find out. You want to stick around and find out what ATI 5 is. This is the Car Shipping Business Channel. I do appreciate you sticking around. So here's what we're going to do. It's 8:35. We're not into the interview yet. Really, Jay? How long is this show? It's long. That's why everybody tunes in for hours at a time. Every time they do. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go into the information superhighway, but before I do, what was that? Remember the Truckify links thing? Truckify links, right? Truckify links.
Have you noticed I Truckify links on load postings lately? Did you know that you can use these links to book loads online with Dispatch Center? Simply copy the link and open it in another tab. If you're already signed into Dispatch Center, you will go straight to the booking page. If not, you will be prompted to sign in. Enter your pickup dates and the driver information. The broker will approve your request and you will need to sign the terms for the dispatch. You will receive a text message with a link to sign the terms and conditions, and you can also sign them via the Pending Signatures tab in Dispatch Center. Once your signature is complete, the load will automatically appear in your Truckify mobile app. Get loads 24/7 without picking up the phone thanks to Dispatch Center.
Okay, this is cool. Hey, yeah, we're going to go into the information superhighway. So here's what I want to show you. This is cool. All right, so here's what you do. You go ahead and, okay, you launch Central Dispatch. So you can see that right here. Let's do plus. You know, Control plus. Oh, wait, I don't want it that big. Okay, there we go. So you go to Central Dispatch. Now, do you see right here, Illinois to New York on this load? Well, I guess I'm going to make it bigger again. You're going to see this link, this Truckify link, highlight it, right-click it, go to Truckify, and when you're already logged into Dispatch Center, it goes right to, it launches a URL, goes right to the load. You can start negotiating and doing your stuff. That's right, that's on Central Dispatch. How many of those do you see on Central Dispatch? Thank you, Truckify. Thank you, Dispatch Center. Okay, what are we doing here? New standard of cleanliness. What is going on? All right, right? So everybody knows you can go to the Johns Hopkins site, go to the coronavirus tracker, see all the dots, right? Things lit up like a Christmas tree. 8 million confirmed cases worldwide, etc. So that's the deal. We hear about the CDC, right? And at coronavirus.gov, you can learn more about, okay, I got to protect myself. What do I need to do? How do I do that? What do I need to do? Now, people are not asking that question as much as they were, but there still is question about, what do I need to do? And if you're running a business, man, you got to know what to do, right? What am I going to do? All right, well, the CDC talks about cleaning and disinfecting, and you can get some of that information up here. In fact, I'm gonna share this link, slam that right into the live chat if you want to go check out the CDC page for yourself. And there's a lot of information, and they keep mentioning the EPA. So let's go up to the EPA. All right, let's go to the EPA website, and you can go to this site here. I'll put this in the live chat too. These sites are. This is interesting stuff. I mean, in the reading and the research, I found these links. And there is, oh, look at that. Chlorine dioxide. What was the other one? Oh, I can't remember the other one. Attorney. Dang it. Well, the Pratik and Dr. Rikin are going to tell us. Because Jay can't remember. Jay's not a chemist. And here's a list. Okay, here it is. It's in here. Check it out. There it is. Quaternary ammonium. Look how many places that pops up on this EPA list of good bacteria killers, right? Quaternary ammonium keeps popping up. What was that other one? I know it's on here. Oh, chlorine dioxide. Can't wait to have Dr. Rikin Patel tell us more about, because he knows this stuff. By the way, another area you can get to some of the stuff is at NADA, right? Representing dealers. Very important stuff. You're talking high-level business information. And then we're reading here's that article from Automotive Logistics, Permanent Change in Prospects for Logistics Post-COVID. My friend Jim Lehman, he wrote this. Jim Lehman wrote this. He writes for Ward's Auto. He's talking about disinfecting. And you saw some of those, had some quotes from this article in industry news. Carriers, truckers, dealers, everybody's taking safety precautions. Plus, you're not just talking about delivery safety, but worker safety, which can get very important. You want to stay out of that legal arena. And then you've got, your car shipping customers. How can you kill coronavirus in your car without damaging interior surfaces? People want to know. So people are looking for information. There's articles like this all over the place, right? No secret. So one of the things that Dr. Rick and Patel did is he wrote RideKleen in the World After COVID-19. Posted that on Automotive News. Great information. And I was sharing some of that about the 700 bacteria, etc. And to learn more about it, you go to RideKleen. Go to RideKleen.com. Here, I'm going to share the link. Here's the link. And you're going to be on the path to using vehicle disinfectant that is going to make sure that things are clean and that you're okay. You're delivering cars that are safe, and you're protecting your own equipment, you're protecting your working environment. And what you do, click on products. Remember that ATI5 I was talking about? It's a discount code. So you can save 5%. Go ahead and click on a product and use promo code ATI5. We're going to talk more about that, but that's the good news. Really great news. And what's about to happen is I got more good news because I've done all the talking. Right? A lot. You're like, yes, a lot, Jay. You've done a lot of talking. Now we're going to hear from RideKleen co-founders. And so you're definitely going to want to stick around, watch this video, stick around, and join the live interview. And you can ask questions in the live chat. Please do. Please ask your questions, because I want your business to go to the next level of cleanliness. So you have this part figured out. You've got already so many other parts to figure out all the time. Get this taken care of. We're going to be right back with RideKleen, so stick around. And thank you so much. So that video is short. So here's what we're going to do. It's going to take a second to I just invited them. Wait a minute. What video was short? Thank you so much for coming back to Auto Transport Intel. It is Tuesday Nights Live. Okay, so that's what we've got here. Oh, hey, what's going on here? Let's do... Oh, what? His desk is moving. Yes, we're live. It's Auto Transport Intel. Let me get centered there. All right, cool. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. I'm excited to have on the show... Okay, oh, here we go. We got a doorbell. So we got somebody at the door. Let me let him in. And, oh, here we go. And Dr. Rick, you can... All right, cool. I can see you. I can hear you, man. Thank you so much. Good. How are you doing? All right. So you were patient because I did a lot of talking. But I know. Well, hopefully I shared educational value what I wanted to do, you guys have a lot to tell us, but what I wanted to do is try and put some of that information, it's all about show and tell, right? And now that I've shared a lot of those tidbits as we open this up and dive in, I'm really excited to have you guys on the show. Pratik, can you see us and hear us okay? Okay, good. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, so do me a favor. I'm going to move a couple things around on the screen. Please say hello to the Auto Transport Intel Tuesday Nights Live audience. Who's going to go first? Excellent. Thank you so much for that. And Pratik, please do say hello. Oh, you know what? I messed that up. Yep, I did. I have an audio error. We're going to start over, okay? I apologize. I was moving the camera around and I messed up the audio. So do me a favor. Rick, will you please start over? Please. Please say hello. Oh, and he froze. Pratik. Pratik, will you please say hello, and we're going to have Dr. Rick say hello again.
Sure. You can hear me, Jay?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Awesome. So my name is Pratik Patel, president for RideKleen, and started the business back in 2013. Core product has always been mobile car washing. That's kind of our foundation of the business. So always been in the cleaning business. And as we accelerated and grew the mobile sector of our operations, we created national partnerships and got outreach with a lot of car share and ride share partners. So really accelerated our growth trajectory over the last few years. And we got introduced to Cox Automotive back in 2017 and 2018, they went ahead and acquired the company, and we're part of the family now. So really excited to be here.
That is awesome. And Rick, please do start over because I messed that up and I apologize again.
No problem.
And he's got a internet. Is he on Wi-Fi? Do you know, Pratik? Does that happen sometimes?
I've never seen that happen for him, so I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, I'm hardwired, so I'm not on Wi-Fi, and our signal seems to be solid. He may end up leaving the meeting and then coming back in.
Sure.
So that happens. So let's do this. Let's keep going, because we're live, and that's just part of it. So
you gotta roll with it.
As you were saying, so keep on talking about where are you today?
Yeah, absolutely. So, our core product still today is mobile car washing. And I think, part of what we've done here with PureProtect is there's obviously a major situation in the world, not just in the US, but in the world where we're combating a virus. And for us, for RideKleen, we take care of cars. That's what we do. And so for us, we wanted to come up with a program and a solution that's going to not only combat, the COVID situation that we're in today, but how do you even continue to move forward post-COVID, whenever that is, right?
Right.
How do you continue to keep the car safe and clean? And, who knows what the future viruses may come out. So I think that was part of the mission with PureProtect, was getting America back on the road and keeping people safe. And so we've evolved the program.
Isn't that amazing? Oh, there he is. He's back. Isn't that amazing that, before COVID, you already, so he's connecting back with us.
I'm back.
Okay, perfect. And so I'm going to hold that thought. I'm going to hold my thought. I'm going to make a note. Rick, please do say hello to the Tuesday Nights Live audience.
Hey, Rick, it's time to upgrade your internet, all right?
I know. This is like the one time I get an opportunity and I get booted off. But I'll keep it slow. I think people know I'm Dr. Rick. I co-founded RideKleen with Pratik. Currently the chief operating officer. and happy to be here today to talk to you guys about vehicle hygiene and what we're up to. And, as a physician, just kind of, weigh in a little bit here on, really understanding the importance of why this is becoming so important to the industry, and just even beyond, where we are with COVID-19 is that, sustainable vehicle hygiene will be an important part of our future, and the current events are bringing more attention to it. We should have been paying attention to it long before the crisis that we're in today. So, Jay, thanks for having me.
Well, and I appreciate that. And so I want to say this too, is that you were talking about the medical side of your background. Say something else. What is the medical? What medical background do you have?
So, 11 years, practicing orthopedic and sports medicine. Interestingly, my job was to keep people moving safely, and now my job is similar, be a part of making sure people are able to move safely through vehicles and transportation. That's one of our key focuses. So did that for a long period of time, and taking care of the health of people, you're starting to learn is also involved in what they come in contact with and when, and there's things that we just didn't understand completely before that we understand today.
So that's okay. So picking back up, before COVID, you already had a company where you're set up in many locations because of your association with Cox Automotive, right? I mean, you're at auto remarketing locations. When I say that, tell us more about what that looks like.
Yeah. So I mean that basically goes back to the detailing and washing processes that we currently do with Mannheim auctions, with even other partners mobily. And, cleaning has always been a core part of our business, right? So some form of sanitizing it's actually been the core of RideKleen, because we use steam when we clean vehicles. So think about steaming the interiors of cars. That's like a natural sanitization process, right? So it's always been in our DNA to clean and sanitize cars. And now, given the current situation and the climate we're in, we felt like we needed to create a program that was going to, one, provide better solutions when it comes to sanitizing interiors, and also provide something that's going to be able to get in access to people much quicker, right? Then RideKleen can service people where we have locations, but how do we have a bigger reach? And so that was a part of our plan, was provide products for others to be able to do it themselves.
So you're in, and how many locations nationwide?
Yeah, so I'd say the major markets we're in is between New York, Philadelphia. We're in Atlanta, Los Angeles, San Francisco. We have a few other regions as well, but those are some of the major markets.
Right. And so, again, before COVID, you're in those markets, you're at auto auctions, you're at Mannheim, right?
Correct.
And you are doing car cleaning. We're talking about cosmetic and also, deep cleaning, right? Mm-hmm. Detailing level, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct, yep.
And you're doing, so you're already set up, and then COVID hits. Right, so isn't that fascinating? That it's kind of like, I know that near the beginning, people were like, well, it's good to be Purell. Well, yes, there are those companies that it's a good thing they were already there with their levels of production, distribution, etc. And so when something changes and you're already there, you just realized, okay, well, tell me more about what did you guys, did you look at each other and think, okay, well, now we need to do this? What happened?
Well, it's interesting, we have startup DNA, right? We were a startup, and that never changed. And I think what was interesting, we looked at each other and said, man, we've been cleaning cars for a long time. And we've been doing it with the best product that we felt could clean a car, which was steam. But we sat back and we said, are we actually just altering the cosmetic appearance of a vehicle? Like, how much are we actually cleaning the germs in the vehicle? And then it dawned on us that, we look at clean as an appearance, and we're not really looking at it from a form of sanitizing and disinfecting vehicles. That truly means it's clean. So we actually realized we need to redefine clean. And what clean is, and how can people feel safe in a clean vehicle. And as we started to apply it to these different transportation modalities, we were like, holy cow, there is so much impact here. And so, with the startup blood that we have, we evolved, and businesses need to evolve. and solutions need to evolve. And that's what RideKleen is today. We're a solutions company. And we are out to provide the best solutions for people in transportation so that people can move.
So, are you still cleaning as many? What's that market look like? What's the cleaning market look like that you were doing before versus your your brand extension and where how much business are you doing where, not in terms of dollars but in percentages? How much percentage are you doing on the car cleaning, and then how much percentage are you focusing on this disinfecting? Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so think about the disinfecting is it can be a standalone service, but it's also an add-on to our existing business, which is what we do for cleaning cars, right? So really a large percentage of our business is still cleaning and detailing cars. Think of this as an added feature that we can add on to a detail or a car wash, or it could be a standalone service.
So you've got the service and then you've got the products.
Correct.
So, and I want to get into that because I know that we have a lot we're going to talk about, but I know if there's somebody that's like, I've watched a lot of this information so far, in a nutshell, what does my business need to do, and how do I take advantage of the information in front of me right now? I mean, what would you if you go to a dealer webinar, I like to talk about webinars. Dealer webinars, they talk about home delivery and then safety, cleanliness and safety. So the dealers are really talking about it. And so what if a dealer was looking for information from how RideKleen can benefit the dealer, what kind of solutions are you providing to them? Are you saying buy these products, or what advice do you give them?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. And we're having a ton of conversations with dealers and a lot of other groups as well. And for us, it's one, we have a service option. So if there's an area where RideKleen lives and we have employees, we have operations, we can come out to you and perform services. However, if services is not available, or if it doesn't make sense for that partner, they can buy enterprise solutions. So you basically get the same equipment and product that our RideKleen techs would use, and we'll teach you how to do it. We'll give you the training and the supplies and everything that's needed to be able to do it yourself. And in addition, we have do-it-yourself kits, which are almost like to-go packages, which is really unique for, if you're talking about vehicle delivery. So imagine pulling up to a customer's home, dropping off their car, but before you leave, you open up a kit, you put on a set of gloves, you put on the mask, you disinfect their entire interior of the vehicle. Again, same product that the RideKleen techs use, except there's different packaging. So we kind of we looked at all the use cases and we created different solutions for each one of them.
So in devising the products, how much research, and I found the active ingredients on your website, and I was showing some of that stuff. How much research did you have to do to get here? Do you continue research? What does that look like? Is that where you're at, Rick, on the research and the development? Is that?
Yeah, I think the thing is that I find interesting, just to go back, is talking about dealers, and our research shows that 90% of dealers do have a disinfection solution in place, and about half of them are using household products.
Right.
And I think what's interesting is that where I think really start to look at this is that the importance of the research is to understand what's the best product and what are you actually trying, what's your objective, and what you're using, is it achieving that objective? And there's this massive gap right now. So, at RideKleen, we've taken it upon ourselves. We could have said, well, we just come out to do services. But that's not our goal. Our goal is to either do the services if you need help doing services, but enable you with the solution, because this is about the bigger picture, right? What we want to be able to do for anybody in transportation is to give not only their workers confidence, okay, but their customer confidence. And we want to bring that all together. So we want to know that customers are educated and looking for best product and solution. They're asking for it, and they need to be educated. And then the dealer side of the business, the transport side of the business, they got to know that what they're using, what it's going to actually do, right? We can't just go with the quickest solution because we think we're solving something. We need to solve something. We can solve something together. And I think that really is what drives us deep into making sure that we are bringing best product to market. And there's a lot of products out there, and there's a lot of great products, and there's a lot of okay products, and there's also products on the horizon that are going to be, getting even better. And that's what really RideKleen and its, PureProtect brand and solution is about. Bringing that to market and fitting, like Pratik said, the use case. My first question to anyone who asks, well, what objective, what are you trying to achieve? Then we can work on a solution for you, because not everything is going to fit your use case. So we need to understand that first, and that's the power of, I think, the product that we've created.
I'll just type that. What are you trying to achieve? I like that. That's good. That is a good place to start.
And I'll add one thing to that, Jay.
Yeah.
Customer confidence and employee confidence obviously are two main drivers, but also based on some of the surveys that we're seeing through Cox Automotive with U.S. consumers that own vehicles, 2/3 of them actually said that they'd be willing to pay $20 or more for a disinfection service if it was available. So this is also an opportunity for, a fleet manager or a dealer group or somebody to be able to also offer a service to their customers, because the data is showing that people are willing to pay for this. I'm
glad to hear that, right? Because it is extra work. There is extra cost involved. Absolutely. Yeah. And, so on that, you've got in your education piece. So if you're educating customers, you're educating dealers, I see an opportunity to educate carriers, right? Have you talked with anybody that drives a truck? Have you talked to a trucker? I mean, you've talked to dealers, you've talked to customers. Have you talked to any truckers?
Yeah, I mean, we talk to people that are involved in vehicle delivery. Every day we have our own vehicles that get delivered between markets. We have Ready Logistics, which is a Cox company and who works on solving problems for carriers. And I think the important piece is that you mentioned an interesting thing. Dealers are looking at home delivery. Okay. Customers want cars delivered to their home because maybe they're not ready to go out, or that's the future. Well, who's in between? The carrier, right? So carriers are actually one of the most important pieces of this puzzle, right? And you can't have the dealer dealing with it and the consumer asking for it and the carrier's not interested, because guess what happens? You can't deliver the solution.
And that's one of the reasons I think that, and I'm actually starting to see more carrier stuff in other areas of social media where I wasn't seeing much of it. There is a lot to talk about in car shipping, and and even on the Carvana commercial, you see the flatbed, right? It's all about the customer and the car and buying the car, and you see the flatbed and they deliver the car, but there's not a whole lot of information about who the driver is, what do they do, what's their part, where does the title and registration come in. It just, there's this perceived assumption that it just kind of happens.
Yeah, and I think people are doing things and they're not actually even, being forward about what they're doing, right? This is an opportunity for people to stand out and say, hey,
exactly,
this is what I'm doing, okay? I care about you. This is what I'm doing. But I think people are probably not doing that because they don't truly have the confidence in what they're using and how they're using it and the process around it. Like, they're just like, I did it, I feel better. But it's like, no. If you get behind, I call it a movement, okay, that says, this is what I do, and go out in front. I mean, think about the differentiator right there. I think that's the value. And then you get the people that are all willing to step out in front. They get to connect the dots together, right? And we're out here. We have the product. Other companies have the product. We're out here to say our solution is out there to really give people the confidence to use it and to display it, not to be afraid to display it. That's the key.
Yeah, and I think, Jay, to your point of, everyone's kind of moving to this touchless system, but what you just mentioned and described there of the whole process with, a vehicle coming on a flatbed, and there's a lot that goes in between there. So it's truly not a full touchless system that people don't realize, right? And so what are you doing in those touch points while that vehicle is being transported and then delivered? So I think for us, it's like we're looking at, that's a use case that we definitely thought about when we created this program. And it's an opportunity for, that segment of the automotive world to be able to take advantage of this product and be able to give their customers that confidence.
I was trying to read a live chat question. I wonder if I just want to offer the interior. Okay, I think this is a carrier question. If I just want to offer the interior disinfectant versus full steam cleanse treatment in and out, can I buy just the cleaner instead of the full kit?
Yeah,
right. And that's
absolutely
why you created the single vehicle kits, right?
Correct.
Did I say that right? Did I say single vehicle? Okay.
Yeah. So and to that point, Jay, I think, let's define things, and this may help the viewership. Is
yes,
cleaning is one component, right? We can clean it with a dry wash application. We can clean it with steam. We're eco-conscious. We don't want to waste water. Okay. Bucket one. Can you do that? Can RideKleen help you with that? Sure. But then there's this whole PureProtect bucket. Sanitize, disinfect, right? And how do you want to do it? Okay. Want to do it with a kit? You can arm your drivers. You can give them a kit. You want to take care of all your vehicles? We can give you commercial grade product, commercial grade equipment to actually deliver it that way as a solution too. So, we look at like cleaning is cosmetic. You're doing some work there, but really getting down and sanitizing and disinfecting is another layer. EPA grade chemical that actually can sanitize and disinfect. And that's the thing that people need to understand, is that you can apply something to a surface, hard or soft, okay, to actually cleanse it. And that's a big distinction. It's not just about wiping the steering wheel and wiping the dashboard, okay? Last time I checked, you sit on a seat, you grab a seat belt, okay? You touch all over this vehicle, okay? And a lot of the places that we don't even think are dirtiest area in the car are. Your steering wheel is one of the dirtiest areas in the vehicle. Your handbrake has like 200 different types of bacteria on it in most studies. We didn't realize, okay, because they're not there screaming at us, here I am, how dirty the interior of a vehicle is. And only 8% of drivers take germs seriously. And I'm telling you, cars make people sick. They do. We just don't realize it because we don't attribute that we got it we could have picked it up from being in our vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah. And think about this.
Wow.
This has always existed, right? Automotives, vehicles, and really all modes of transportation, this has always been the case. But given the current situation and, the sensitivity around cleanliness has been heightened, I think people are now paying more attention to a lot of these stats and understanding how dirty their cars really are. So I look at, we're in this situation where we're fighting COVID and people are worried about that. But we believe this is going to be a norm going forward, where people just want to know, am I getting into a clean, sanitized vehicle or a clean, sanitized mode of transportation? I think that's going to be a norm going forward, given that people are really being educated on how dirty your car actually is.
And to that point, the most important thing is you touch something, right? Especially people are very concerned about viruses right now. Let's be clear. Viruses actually are not alive. Okay, they need a medium. They need a live cell.
Yeah, that's stuff, right? Yeah, because
grow, right?
Every time I hear that, I think about it. But yeah, so viruses are not alive. The bacteria is.
Right. Correct. Okay. So now, in order to really get affected by the virus, you have to either touch something or inhale it, right, and get it into a live cell, and then it can use that cell as its host, right? So if we're able to treat the surfaces, okay, then what you touch is potentially less harmful to you, right? And I think the other piece that we're going to see happen a lot is, one thing I want to define for everybody is a lot of things in market, they kill on contact. It's called a biocide, okay? So you apply something, it kills, okay? But, okay, once it's done killing, not all products protect the surface that you just treated, okay? So one, there is a biocide, which is the kill, okay? And then there's what we call antimicrobial. So disinfectant, antimicrobial. Antimicrobial is technology that actually protects the surface and inhibits, okay, against the growth of odor-causing germs, mold, bacteria, and viruses. So actually, you're creating a barrier. And with that barrier, you're making it harder for those surfaces and bacteria and viruses to basically live on those surfaces. Bacteria to live, right, and host the viruses to basically rest on. Okay, so think about it in a way that these antimicrobials is like little pins sticking out. Okay, and as things come down and get attracted to it, because there's a charge difference, they basically get sliced, or like viruses, they pop. Okay, like a balloon because they hit a pin. And you're trying to create these services. These things exist in market, but people didn't know, and those things give extended protection.
Is that the 30 days?
Correct. Yep, that's the 30 days.
So then after 30 days, you need another coating or cleaning or...
You disinfect, you use the solution again.
Something like that?
And there are products, and even more concentrations that will eventually develop that will even give you longer life.
Right, there you go. And there's your technology advancement.
There's a technology advancement.
Yes, right? That makes sense.
And so those are the things, and if I had to look for products, just make sure you're looking for those type of things. Look, everyone always asks, the question we get the most is, well, is it 100% guarantee? Okay? As long as things can be, you can breathe something, okay, into the air and it can settle, nothing's 100% guaranteed. But do you have a product, okay, that is doing best in class risk mitigation? That's what I look at. Reducing the risk for the user, whether it's one of your drivers, whether it's one of your customers, whether it's in transportation and someone's riding a subway, a bus. Have you done as much as you can?
Yeah.
That's
and you were just, and exactly, public transportation, the number of uses is staggering. I mean, right? I guess, anywhere humans go would be the use case.
100%.
Anywhere they go.
Anywhere they go.
And it's you have, it's very hard to use the ability to actually make sure that that's constant. But you can do it, and you can do it using products that are doing what you way more than you used to do before. We've seen people have multiple different companies come in to clean the same system. Okay, I think that's totally fine. But the product that the system uses should be consistent, so that you actually know that if this was used everywhere, you can rely on it in a consistent fashion. Because if one company is using X and the other company is using Y, what have you really delivered across your ecosystem? How many companies have told their local branches just figure it out, and now you got one guy using wipes, okay, one guy using a spray. They're using different things. They solved for it, but across your company, you don't have any consistency.
Well, it's kind of like, just look at the masks people wear and how they wear them.
Yep.
It's all over the place.
Yeah, and that comes back to education, right? And actually, educating people on what needs to be done, and that's what we also really want to be as part of PureProtect RideKleen. We are solution experts. We're here to educate. Okay,
right.
Ultimately up to you to make your choice of what you want to go with. But we're willing to educate you along the way on what we feel is best, product and process. Process is so important in this whole thing, right? You talk about vehicle delivery, right? If you even just look at the life cycle of the vehicle, how many times it changes hands, how many times it turns. There's so many areas where vehicles exchange, and in the delivery process, right? You pick it up from a dealer, okay? Someone drives it to the point, someone gets in it, puts it on the truck, right? Guy in the truck gets back in his cab, right? Gets to the dealer, delivers it to the dealer, takes it off the truck, delivers it to the dealer. His service guy or his guy takes the car, okay? Then that shift ends, and somebody else just got in the truck to do the second shift of that driver. Those are all areas of exchange. And those, you have to try and protect as much as you can, those areas of exchange. But here's the thing, time. How much time is it gonna take me to do this? We've made our solutions, the processes around our solutions as quick as possible, because time costs money. We understand it. We're in the service business.
Exactly. And that's another thing that's probably so beneficial from the work you are already doing cleaning is, time is money. I mean, right, you got to keep that assembly line moving.
100%. And I think that's part of that's the advantage with partnering with PureProtect, right? It's to Rick's point, is we're not just here to sell products, and you go your way and we go our way. It's about joining a program where leverage us as the industry experts. We've cleaned hundreds and hundreds of thousands of cars and millions of cars actually over the course of our lifetime. And so for us, it's like, this is the industry we service. We're the experts. Leverage our knowledge, our experience. Let us bring you the best solutions for your use case, for your company, for your customers, right? And that's really what PureProtect is about. It's not just about selling products. It's about a program and a solution for your customers.
And I think it's important. It's got to be sustainable. One of the things that we look at is sustainable vehicle hygiene, and that has to be a part of our future. Our products, we look at it, we want them to be safe for humans, pets, we want them to be food safe. We want these things to happen. We want, the ability to apply them as much as possible without our product has no odor, okay? It leaves no residue. I mean, even on windows when applied correctly, people see residue, there's no residue. And that's the value. You got to have a quick solution. You can't have something that, I treated the car, now it smells. Now I got to do a fresh treatment on it. You can't have stuff like that in the speed that this industry requires.
And to clarify on that point, the product that we have is a simple spray and walk away. So there's no wiping necessary. And that's what kills the time, right? So the application process may take a minute or two. You can close the doors and walk away. So that's the key, is we look for the right solutions, because to Rick's point, time is obviously money. And so, that has to be factored in to what products you use. And so the solutions we created is really a spray and walk away. And it's really, it's really been beneficial for a lot of our customers.
Probably if you move a reasonable amount of cars, which would fall under any dealer or any carrier that is in business and works the entire year, then you're going to want to go with like a fogger or an atomizer, right? Because just what you just said, if you're cleaning cars with kits, because in the kits you have wipe down also, right? Because you don't have a fogger, right?
Yeah. So the kit actually comes with a microfiber towel, but even the kits with the spray bottles, they're designed to spray and walk away. You don't have to actually wipe it.
You don't have to wipe. That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we provide the microfibers to kind of get rid of any excess debris that may be on the dash. And then if you oversprayed a window, you could wipe it down. But outside of that, you don't really need to wipe anything. It's still a spray and walk away.
Okay.
So I got my PureProtect kit today.
Great.
So they can't see the outside because they decided to put all the stickers over it. But like Pratik said, you just kind of open this up, right? And you see the spray bottle and everything's inside, and you get your little, PureProtect material in it, and all of it comes with everything. It's got the instructions, it's got a hang tag if you want to visibly display that you did, you treated this vehicle. You can leave the vehicle VIN and the date of service. You have your how-to guide, and it's all designed as a do-it-yourself. And you take the kit apart and you can see the bottle small, and this 4-ounce bottle, you can treat an entire vehicle, all the surfaces. And we also have all the PPE protective equipment that you would feel necessary to use inside that kit. That's the way it was designed, because we realized that you got, this has to be versatile. And we love to do service. Service is our bread and butter, but this is the type of thing that it's a hard thing to make repetitive service calls on. Yeah, right. It's because it has to be done in some instances frequently, and so we got to get it in the hands of people so they can do it themselves, and that's the beauty of this PureProtect product.
And keep in mind that kit, again, is designed for one vehicle, right? And that 4-ounce, like Rick mentioned, it can be used to do the entire interior. If you're looking to target just high touch points, right? If you're like, okay, this vehicle's already been disinfected, I'm now doing a delivery, I'm at the customer's house, I'm really worried about just reapplying some of the high touch areas, you can probably get 6 to 8 uses out of that one 4-ounce bottle. So there are use cases where some customers are like, hey, I'll buy the kits, but I'm going to stretch that out for some of the high touch points, because a disinfection was already done on this car. I just want to reapply it on the steering wheel, the door handles, certain areas. So think about it as multiple different use cases for this kit as well.
Right. So maybe it was cleaned at the dealership, right?
Correct.
with a fogger. They went ahead and went through it in the mass, right? I mean, how many cars? So let's talk about time wise. How many cars can a dealership clean if they have a fogger? How long does that take? Like it's 10 minutes with the kit. Is it faster with the fogger?
So,
I'm assuming.
So actually the 10 minutes is just the dwell time that's required for the product to kind of sit on the panels and all the surfaces. The
Okay.
actual application process, it's about 1 minute, 1 to 2
Oh, really?
minutes. Yeah. So if you're a dealer and you're using a fogger, you can apply it and it takes about 1 to 2 minutes. You close the doors, you're jumping on the next car. You don't need to sit there for 10 minutes, right? So think about if a car is taking you on average 2 minutes, you could do 20, 30 cars an hour at that rate.
We had a question in the live chat if there was like a like a roach aerosol bomb like that you can throw in a car. Like right? Like flare, right? And throw it in?
Yeah. Get
Would
out,
that work?
Close the doors.
Yeah.
It's so remember the thing that you have to make sure is whatever system that the process that you use, cars have a lot of crevices and areas that sometimes are hard to reach, right? So when you apply something, typically with the fogger, you can get it to spray and directionalize it, right? Sometimes, you just to bomb a vehicle doesn't necessarily mean you got to all the locations that you needed to get to. And that's some of the limitations on other types of technology that you're hearing about, right? Things like UVC, heat treatment. These things are other future treatments that could evolve into be very meaningful. And they have really good potential. But right now, we feel that for the vehicle today, the best thing to be is in some type of gaseous or spray form, so that you can mist into all these areas that you want to cover. And like Pratik said, which is so important, it's got to be safe for the surface. It's got to dry and it's got to be safe. Okay, alcohol, right, is a great disinfectant, right? Especially with the concentrations we're recommending. However, repetitive use is known, right, to actually damage certain surfaces in vehicles.
Right.
And you got to be careful. It doesn't look like it's occurring after the first couple applications, okay? But you may start to notice wear over time when you do this repetitively. So you've got to have product that's actually tried and tested in auto and is safe for vehicles as well. We got to think about that asset. This is a very valuable asset, right? Second to your home. It may be the biggest purchase that you make.
Well, and if you're selling it new or like new, the last thing you want to do is damage it right before it leaves the lot.
Yeah.
And there's probably at a dealership every day, somebody on the lot is about to clean and they're thinking, is this a good idea? Is this the right, am I going to mess up the car? Am I going to cause damage? Yeah, you don't want that. Well, plus, and like you said, it's not antimicrobial, right? You might be disinfecting, but you're not creating any safety beyond once it evaporates.
Exactly.
So you might be damaging it, and it's going to evaporate. Yeah, I had a visual when you were talking. I had a visual. So there you go. You walk into the dealership. It's an infomercial. You've got all the household cleaning products, and you just wipe it all off the counter, and start your presentation. Right? I mean, do you go to? I know that's I'll
give you that. I got a better visual. So
perfect.
You're in your driveway. Jay gets his brand new car delivered. Right? He just bought it. He's excited. Gets to the driveway. Right? Carrier comes in, pulls up. Do an at-home vehicle delivery. Takes the car down, parks it right in Jay's driveway. Jay's running towards a vehicle. Right? The guy says, "Hold on a second." Right? Pulls out, pulls out his disinfection, right? Treats the vehicle or treats the front cabin like Pratik said, right? Hangs a little shield, says, "Hey, this is what I used on your vehicle," right? Closes the door. Person realizes that, wow, that person delivered me. Now when I get in that car, it is sanitized and disinfected for me. It's now my use. Wherever it's been down the chain, that delivery person.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah,
Doesn't
exactly.
Doesn't matter.
Well, and so and I see it in the live chat. So FNS Trucking is talking about how if you're a 9 car, you know, you're going to be going through those kits like crazy, right?
Yep.
Just get the fogger, right?
The fogger.
Open the jockey box, pull out the fogger.
Yep.
Finish the car.
2 minutes, you're in and out. Yep.
Thank you. Have a great day.
And
That would be awesome.
This is a completely mobile friendly process and equipment. So it's not like big bulky equipment that requires like heavy powering. It is handheld. You use the fogger, like I said, 1 to 2 minutes, spray the car down, and you walk away.
Well, and how is the fogger charged? What's its power source?
Yeah, so the fogger does need to, the current ones that we sell, they do need to be plugged into an outlet, just a regular standard outlet.
Okay.
Or you have to have some type of power, like inverter or something in the vehicle. I think a lot of times you can have a simple basic inverter that'll power it.
Yeah.
But we are also looking at some battery operated ones. And what we found is for our use, because we do such high volume, the battery the ones that we're looking at, they just run out of juice too quick. So we use the plug-in model. But if you're talking about, delivery of vehicles and you're doing a couple throughout the day, a handheld battery operated one will be fine.
I think on a 9 car, a battery operated one with maybe just backup battery would work just fine.
Yeah.
And again, you're talking something that's, typically they're like smaller than or like 2/3 the size of a leaf blower. And this had to be fast. It had to be mobile. We're a mobile car care company. So we had to design that solution. I think it fits trucking, and carriers extremely well. Because we design it for our own trucks for people to take out.
Well, and I'm sure somewhere in your development you've already thought of, I think of like those battery systems on the bottom of a power drill, right?
Yeah.
Or a weed eater or whatever, right? So yeah, that is. Seems like having if you're a 9 car, have a fogger, right? And how many cars can you do with a fogger? Hundreds.
Well, it depends on the size of the container in the fogger. But think about this: a gallon can do 32 vehicles.
Okay.
So a gallon of solution and a fogger is really all you need. Depending on how many vehicles you deliver a day or a week, you can figure out that solution that's best for you. And then the value of having, the kits or even just the bottles, we do sell multi-packs of bottles, is, give your drivers something, right? Like have them have something that they can use if they want to use for the touch points when they pick up a vehicle. Okay. Do you want to take your commercial fogger and go out and you're picking the car up and do it for the person you're picking the car up from? No, but the driver may want to get in and say, you know what, I'm going to touch the gear shift. I'm going to do the steering wheel and these touch points. Let me take care of that to take care of me.
Exactly. So right now you're back to worker safety.
Worker safety, right?
Exactly.
And the same product applies for worker safety. And that's what PureProtect allows us to do. You go in with a solution that you can display and says, this is what we're doing for everyone who touches the vehicle.
Let's do this. So I'm going to bring up the website. It's 9:30. I'm going to hold you guys for another half hour, okay? But I really believe that we've got another 30 minutes of content here. You guys, are you okay with that?
Sure.
Awesome. This is great. I really appreciate it. I'm excited about utilizing the time as best as we can. Okay, so we're up here at RideKleen.com. Okay? And I want to answer. So Nick is talking about the products. And so let's go. So we're going to click on products, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to scroll down. So here is the single disinfectant kit versus the volume discount bundle. And then here are specifically some of the equipment you're talking about. There's your disinfectant solution, their fogger, atomizer, disinfectant bottles. If you are, let's say you are a carrier or the owner of a carrier, and you're like, okay, that makes sense. I've been looking for something where we can satisfy the home delivery fear, we can satisfy the worker safety concern. And let's say you've got let's start with one 9-car hauler. What would you recommend? And also as part of this, be thinking about how to answer, how does the carrier recoup on the cost that they laid out for the system?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so as a carrier, I mean, for some a use case that you're talking about, the best thing here would be, buy one, either a fogger, a medium or a large fogger, or an atomizer would be fine as well. The difference between those two is just the amount of times you have to refill it, really. So the large fogger, you can probably get about 30 vehicles out of it, 25 to 30 vehicles before having to refill it. Medium, somewhere in the middle, around 15, 20. A small atomizer, you're talking about 6 or 7 cars before you have to refill it. So that's really the only difference.
Okay.
So I'd say, buy one of the equipment, buy a gallon of disinfectant. That will cover you for, like Rick said, 32 vehicles, and then just resupply it as you need it. But I also recommend having a few of those 4-ounce spray bottles handy for those high touch points, because there may be certain scenarios where you don't need to necessarily disinfect the whole car again, or even do it for once. You may just want to hit the high touch points. So that's where you can buy the bulk disinfectant bottles as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
and just so it's clear, we will provide carriers with the PureProtect branded material so that they can display that they're using PureProtect. PureProtect, you will see very soon, will come across a lot of the Cox family brands as we sort of push what we're doing in terms of vehicle disinfection to make it consistent.
All right, cool. So here I am. I'm loading up my shopping cart. I got the, so I got a gallon of the solution. I got the small atomizer, and then throw in what? I guess so it's $40 for a box of 10, right? So then you have those two. And the PPE comes with the bottles. Because let's say I don't have a lot of masks or gloves. Does it come with it?
We can make arrangements to supply PPE if that's just talk with one of our representatives. We typically supply each PPE in each kit, so it's kind of a true do-it-yourself.
Right. This is more of just the This is
we found that most people have solutions for gloves and again, the mask. Let's be clear: the mask is not needed because the chemical is hazardous. It is not a required PPE. It is an optional PPE, okay, and that's really for the time that we're in, but it is not related to actually having issues with the chemical that's being used.
Yeah, and maybe we didn't talk about it, but this product that we're looking at right here, it's food safe. So I wouldn't recommend it, but you could spray it on your salad and eat it and probably still be fine. but it is food safe. So as Rick said, it's like the mask is not required. It's more honestly, a lot of times it's a lot for visual, right? And it's also just something, if you prefer to have a mask on when performing it, it's there.
That's an amazing combination. You've got, I mean, it kills viruses, bacteria. It lays down a 30-day layer, and it's food safe. I mean, that's incredible, right?
And here's the other piece.
That sounds incredible.
Here's the other piece that I think people need to understand is it mitigates odor. Okay, and a lot of times to mitigate odor, you have to undergo an odor treatment, right? Someone says, I got to do ozone, I got to drop an odor bomb. Well, guess what? You mitigated odor and you sanitize and disinfect it all in one.
Amazing.
The other thing that I will tell people, this is a very important piece, is odor most of the time is the first sign of germs in your vehicle. So the next time you get in a rideshare car and you're like, what's that smell? It's germs.
Really?
Which has happened a lot to us.
Right? Oh man, that's another market for this product. Ride sharing, right?
Yeah. So that's the thing to realize. Like, yeah, there's mechanical odor. There's the smoker smell. I get that piece, right? Those things that happen. But the other.
Does it get rid of smoker smell?
So
no. Yeah. So
there is. It does odor mitigate.
Right.
Okay?
Mitigation.
You have to have the right. Sometimes you have to have a slightly higher concentration of product to do a very deep smoker smell. But yes, this is an odor treatment.
Wow.
It mitigates odor.
Yeah, and I think the difference between this and, like, people ask sometimes, like, why not just ozone the car for odor, or why not just, spray a freshener bomb? All you're really doing there is think of a germ molecule, right? A germ is floating in the air that's causing the odor. With an ozone treatment or something like that, all you really do is you're creating a barrier around it. You're encapsulating it, and that's allowing the odor to kind of like flush away. but the germ molecule is still there, right? So once that encapsulation starts to break down, that's when you notice after 2-3 weeks that the odor starts to come back. And that's what an ozone machine does.
Right.
The difference with that in our product is this actually kills the germs. So you're killing the germs that are causing the odor. They won't come back.
I was just thinking you could also, instead of the Christmas tree, choose a different symbol, and that thing can sit and hang in the car, and with your technology advancements.
Yeah, I mean, you mitigate odor in the vehicle. You don't need Christmas trees anymore. You just have to say, I use PureProtect, and they'll say, well, that thing doesn't smell. Be like, because it's odorless.
Absolutely, innovation, right? And that's again the whole DNA on PureProtect is we have products today that we brought to market, but we're going to keep innovating. This is a problem that we're looking to solve long term, and we want to be able to bring new products and the best products out to market that's going to be fit the best use cases for everyone. So we're going to continue to innovate.
So here's my shopping cart, because I want to follow this through. All right, so if I'm a 9 car and I want to try this out, but also I could keep using the atomizer, because the atomizer I could use for a while. I saw it in the video. Mm-hmm. And all right, so I've got my products in my shopping cart and I'm ready to check out. And so then we've got
the code.
There it is.
The discount code.
So we're going to enter ATI5 and apply the discount. Look at that. I got a 5% discount. Use promo code ATI5 and save 5%. That's awesome. So so there's my checkout. I just spent $200. What can I do to then turn around and get my money back and maybe, a little bit of revenue for that extra work? What's the advice there for a carrier? What do you do?
Well, this goes back to the, one of the first stats that I threw out there with surveys that we've done here at Cox Automotive is 2/3 of consumers out there said they'd be willing to pay $20 or more for a disinfection service. Yep. So right there's the opportunity to monetize. So if you look at 1 gallon of product and if you can do 32 cars, let's just throw out a $20 price point. You have the opportunity to generate about $640 of revenue with that 1 gallon of product that costs you about $100.
Cool. So you pull in 600, you spent 200, so then you made an extra 400, and to fog the car with the atomizer, it only took a few minutes, right?
Correct. Yeah, and that atomizer is a one-time purchase, right? So now you're just buying products from there. So
now you just start buying gallons, right? Refilling it. What about so in addition, so then in PPE, so you spend your own, you get some gloves and masks. What other things? There you are. You're in my driveway, right? You're impressing me with the system. What do I want to see you also doing? Do I want to see you wearing a mask and wearing gloves? Is there anything else? You know what I mean? And then the hang tag.
Yeah, I think today, this day and age, there's a wide debate on masks and gloves and air and outdoors. Do I need it? I think, again, I'll go back to what are you showing? What are you showing and saying I'm doing? And I think it's very reasonable to wear masks and gloves. Okay. Yeah. When you're,
during that delivery,
you're protecting yourself from entry into the vehicle. Okay. Right. And 2, you're giving that visibility that I'm providing that type of white glove type service, and I think Jay, Pratik mentioned great, a revenue opportunity. And I think it's, I think you're seeing more and more in the industries and across different industries, they're calling it like COVID fee, right?
Exactly. Which is also up for debate. But I think in this, that's a reasonable fee here, isn't it?
Yeah, and I don't think you call it a COVID fee. I don't think you try and really, use the name to say it's okay to charge a fee, but to tell someone, hey, we're going a little bit extra mile for a disinfection, fee for
disinfection fee,
right?
Yes.
That to me, and to me, you're able to say, hey, this disinfection, by the way, also has, an antimicrobial. You can call it antimicrobial fee. Like, what is that? Well, hey, this is built in. This is going to protect up to this many days. it inhibits this. It actually starts to differentiate, you of what you're providing, because it not only provides value to the customer, right? And guess what? When you use a delivery company, if you're a dealership and you use a delivery carrier, okay, that delivery is a reflection of you.
Right, absolutely.
Okay?
And they know it because everyone's talking about branding.
Why does Carvana deliver it on a nice flatbed that says Carvana, so that the experience is a certain way? And if you're going to get into that business, okay, and you're going to do at-home vehicle delivery, that experience has to have some consistency. And so saying, hey, these people do this type of treatment, that carrier is going to have a differentiator in what they provide. And so I think that's another great way to look at this. There is a way to revenue opportunize, but it's also a way to differentiate yourself. And then you can do your own web value and say, well, if it costs me $5 a car, okay, in theory, to buy everything, to time to apply it, maybe it's my value add, right? I can take it a revenue opportunity, or I can make it a value add. Each person can make that decision, but that opportunity exists both ways.
Can a carrier advertise themselves as like a RideKleen user or carrier, or I don't know? Do you have a program for that?
Yeah, well, that's exactly what PureProtect is, right? I go back to talking about a program, is that you leverage our branding, our name recognition in the industry to say, I'm using the best solutions to help keep you safe. So that is exactly what we're trying to promote, is utilize a PureProtect name for your customers.
Okay.
So that's where we provide collateral. We can provide marketing assets. Your website can have the PureProtect logo on it to show your customers that you're doing these services.
That's cool.
That's all part of it.
Right. Yeah, no, I like that. And so, yeah, you could say I'm a PureProtect carrier. You could say that?
100%.
Yeah. And like Pratik said, just because you buy product does not mean, well, here's the gallon solution I bought in the fogger. Now what? Okay, we will walk you through it. We have training videos. Our team is here to support you, answer your questions if you're running into troubleshooting. That's the value. We're not asking you to figure it out yourself. We figured it out, and we're bringing that to market to support everybody else.
Right.
That's just how passionate we are about, influencing vehicle sanitization and making sure people do it right. Before we have too many people doing it the wrong way, and then it becomes, sort of the wild, wild west all over again. You got to undo things. There's an opportunity to start your business and do it the right way.
So, all right. So let's say this. Let's say someone says, all right, I want to be a PureProtect carrier. Okay. So I go through the shopping cart, I buy the products, and then I saw, let's go to your site. Was there a sign up form, or what did I see? Let's go back to the site. I'll leave that open. RideKleen. Okay, I go to the site, and did I see a form where I can get in touch? Yeah, okay, so there's a form, but I mean, what I'm getting at is I bought the product. Now, how do I follow through with the education piece as you're discussing it to make sure that I'm really taking advantage of the product and doing it the right way? How do I follow up to make sure I do that?
Every order on our end that comes through for people who buy the enterprise type solutions gets tracked by our fulfillment team.
Okay.
So there's a phone number that you can call, but our team will typically, when you buy something, especially if you haven't talked to someone before you purchase, they will typically reach out, after, and the collateral eventually you'll be able to either with the solutions like the gallon solution, 5 gallon, for the larger auto transport carriers that have a massive amount of fleet. If you have hubs, we have 55 gallon drums that our team can arrange purchases for you and help you set up at your locations, which is extremely cost effective. But we will provide the collateral in the gallon and 5 gallon containers when they go out. So at least to the point of the hand tags. And then if you want digital support and all that, we're here. Just get a hold of us through those channels. Call us or email us. But typically we'll reach out to you too after the order.
And Jay, if you scroll down,
go
back on that page,
yeah,
and scroll down, you'll see there's a section down there that talks about, learn more about the program. So that will also should take you to a link. There you go.
Okay.
To go ahead and fill out, and then that comes to our team. So if there is if you're more interested in, hey, I just want to buy the products and, I'll figure things out with you guys after I get the products in hand, you have the option to buy right away. If you want to get, some of the other material and the collateral and the assets and training in place, that's where you can go ahead and fill out that form and somebody will reach out to you.
And here's where we're going, Jay, in the future, you'll have your own sort of PureProtect ability to log in, and just reorder your stuff, right? Because as you get in rhythm, you won't really need us until we launch another incredible product, and then we'll talk you through the next wave of it. But you'll be able to kind of reoccur your orders and make it a lot more seamless. But in the beginning, we're here to be your guide.
I mean, you're going to be a preferred carrier if you have this extra level of equipment that, I mean, we see, that's why I shared in the news. If you've got Cox has the form now, if you're going to be at any Cox location that day, you have to already have that form filled out. But if you're using these products, you're going to develop people are going to develop an understanding that, oh, okay, so you're like a clean carrier. It's like the clean carrier program with PureProtect.
Yeah.
Or a clean dealer. Or, in fact, I was just thinking, do tow companies will they have requirements? I know it's a different kind of service. It's not always the service you want. But will they have an obligation to keep a vehicle safe if they've taken it under their care? It's an interesting question, right?
Well, we it's interesting. We have been approached by tow carriers on how they can offer the solution across their networks, right? And I think it's important. You mentioned, working with Cox and Manheim. Manheim is a PureProtect provider, right? They've adopted PureProtect within their ecosystem.
I mean, they move so many cars.
Yeah, and we can probably talk about the visibility that it's going to come up through other channels as well. So you aligning with the brand is, like Pratik said, you will then be identified as almost a clean carrier. You're doing best in class work, and it's connecting the dots. It's same. It's consistent, right? It's got to be consistent, and you're a part of a consistent product, and that we believe will elevate the people that are part of that network.
I've seen RideKleen, I've seen articles and marketing. So what are you guys doing now to increase the awareness and education? Do you host webinars or go to locations? What's your outreach like?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, one is, I can tell you that between the Cox Automotive sales teams and Manheim sales teams, there's a lot of conversations out there.
Yeah.
And Rick and I have been part of those conversations as well. And it's a big educational piece. So we're spending a lot of time just educating people. And it's taken about 3 to 4 conversations before people really get the aha moment and, decide to become a customer or join the program. So definitely a lot of outreach and educating people. And I think Rick can talk a little bit about some of the things he's done, which is giving webinars and doing a podcast and kind of educating the general public about what we're doing here.
Yeah, it's just every channel that's possible, right? Jay, we're here with you on your channel, right? So we're out here, we're willing to spend the time. I think for me personally, it is important to do this the right way because this has health impact.
Yeah.
It's going to have health impact to me. It's important that it get delivered the right way because these are people's lives that we're impacting. And if we're going to do it, we're going to do something meaningful and realize that, vehicles are a vector for disease, right? They have the ability to transmit, right? In certain cases, bacteria, viruses, things that are in your vehicles, we're trying to influence that. So we're making a health impact here too, and we're serving an industry that needs to get moving again, right? Our goal is to get America moving again. And so, we've been on, been at webinars, we've done, there's been some op-ed pieces that we've been a part of. And a lot of it is just geared around asking questions and getting people to start thinking about it differently. We've got to think about this slightly differently. And, it's time to be a little bit proactive because you don't think that it's going to matter, but by you kind of taking a little bit of an extra step, you actually influence moving the needle toward major change when it comes to vehicle sanitization. And that by what I always say is it will be a herd effect. Okay, and where are you going to be when that herd effect occurs? Okay, are you going to be at the front? Okay, or are you going to be trying to catch up from behind?
Well, and that's the thing is that I was in an automotive webinar, and it was of stature. I mean, this was a big one, and yeah, there were some real holes in, gosh, how exactly, what do we do? And cleanliness, and where it meets delivery was a huge educational hole. And I thought, well, that's actually, I think, one of the first moments I was like, okay, well, can I get RideKleen on the show? Because that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, there is a lot of opportunity for, it's exciting. That's why it is great to have you on the show. It's great to learn these things, to see the products, to understand the economics of it, the application of it, the science of it. And then, because we know the proof, all the surveys say this is a huge deal, and it's probably not going to really go back. Even overnight, as things get back to normal, I don't know, 2023, whatever it is, their online car buying is here to stay. And that implies this delivery that, yeah, changes everything. And also that I loved sharing that piece of news of the let's say the person brings their car in for service. Let's say you have the guy that's, he's old school. I'm bringing my car in for service. And you're like, gross.
Well, certain things are going to have to go for service, right?
Yeah.
One of RideKleen's business lines is mobile maintenance, right? We go to the car, and currently a lot of the stuff, what that does is it allows dealer service base to be more open, less preventative, and more on the bigger items. But now someone's spending a lot of time in and around your car. So at the end of the day, like, how about delivering back to the customer a sanitized vehicle, right?
Right. Oh, it's another service. Yeah. We don't just do oil changes. We do vehicle disinfection.
For sure. Yep.
Wow.
And this goes back to what we talked about, which is think of it as an add-on. Like cleaning is still our core business, but this can just be an add-on to cleaning. Why can't it be an add-on to an oil change?
All those car washes.
You can add this on.
Do they have a vehicle disinfectant?
Yeah.
I don't think so, right?
No.
This is insane.
Yeah.
You bring up a great point. The car wash industry, especially the drive-through industry in car washing, they can add this on. There's that whole capability of turning that into an additional revenue stream for them and value to the customer.
Yeah.
Right? I always go back.
Exactly. It's not right.
Yeah.
What customer value are you creating? Customer's going to pay if they see the value. But you got to show them the value.
Yeah. And like you said, Jay, this is not going away, right? Like COVID, the sensitivity around that may dissipate, over time, and very hopefully soon. But what about those 700 strains of bacteria and germs in your car? They're not going away anywhere, right?
Well, and we've had enough mini pandemics to where, right, I don't know what you call them, I'm not a scientist, but Ebola and all that other stuff, that finally we're like, yeah, okay, like, there's probably going to be another thing, whether it's a second wave or a third wave or a different wave, but there's going to be, it's really not going to stop.
Yeah.
This some sort of whatever it is.
And so this is the whole reason why we need to think more proactive, right? We need to be proactive on this. Looking clean is not necessarily the clean that we're looking for anymore, right? So
good point, because the live chat, the question is, how does this compare to regular soap and water? How does PureProtect RideKleen compare to soap and water?
So listen, soap and water, right? The CDC says wash your hands, right?
Right.
Happy birthday and wash your hands. Okay.
Right.
So we're not, that can work, but not all soap actually works as a disinfectant on everything, right? Chemicals, when they get registered, when products get registered, they have to get registered for, at least by the EPA, to prove that they are for every specific, bacteria, emerging viruses. Not they all can't make that claim. Also, can you apply soap and water easily to the seat of a car?
You don't want to do that.
That's a great point. There you go.
Right? So it's a great question because, again, we're focused on hard surfaces.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But we need
And delicate surfaces.
We need to be focused on the delicate ones. We need to be focused on the soft ones. And what about the AC ventilation system?
Well, and there's another one, right? And that came up too, is that, you call it the ventilation system, and that's by having an aerosoled cleaner, disinfectant, right? You're accomplishing, or what's your objective? You're accomplishing a totally clean environment.
Exactly.
Rather than just rubbing down a surface.
Yeah.
That's part of our process, right? Like if you purchase a product and you see our training videos, which you have access to, you'll see how we actually disinfect the interiors of the AC ventilation system. What are some of the steps to take when you're spraying? So this is all part of the program.
Yeah.
But yeah, to that point, we're treating air, hard and soft surfaces. That's the key.
Right.
Yeah. The been a lot of studies that have talked about the buildup of fungus in the ventilation systems of vehicles, and people get sick because the average American spends 1 hour per day in their car, right? That's an average, right? And if you don't realize that that's sitting in your ventilation system and you're constantly breathing those spores, you get sick. And you're like, how the hell did I get sick?
Yeah.
Right. And these are things that are really hard. It's so in order to actually risk mitigate, you got to do some type of cycle disinfection on these vehicles because you don't really know when. You can't see it, right? And by the time you feel the effects and you show symptoms, right?
Well, exactly. There's another, right? We're all in this unknown, this medical unknown. I mean, nobody really knows. And it is interesting that you're seeing more proactivity on, are you sick? But there's not a lot of focus on, is what around you sick?
Yeah, what are we doing?
How do we, right?
Prevent people from getting one another sick, right? How are we treating surfaces and things that people are in contact with effectively to reduce the risk?
See, and you know what would be great is, so they need to get, so the product line is called PureProtect, just to get that right. The company's RideKleen, the product is PureProtect, correct? All right. So they need to get PureProtect at all cornhole. I watch it on ESPN, and everybody's wearing masks and everything, and they're in there for hours at a time, and they're already social distancing. But if they would just PureProtect the area, probably need one fogger, take off the masks, and I can feel normal. Plus, it can't be comfortable to play cornhole in a mask all day.
Listen, it's a challenging piece because you bring up a good point. If you PureProtect and treat everything you touch, right? But then there's the air we exchange and breathe. So as a medical professional, I'll tell you that is still the issue that comes up. How much can just get transmitted from air, right? And whole different, we can treat air systems, right? But I can't necessarily influence someone who comes into a closed space carrying something, breathes into it, and it's in the air when you're in close proximity.
Right.
There is stuff that is evolving. The future is bright on treating air when the air cycles. I mean, a lot of it centers around hydrogen peroxide. Okay, totally different conversation. But that is coming. But realize that we've got to make this small enough right now to get and treat vehicles. Right? We've got to treat transportation things, and we've got to encourage cleaner environments for any mode of transportation. And we've got to think about cost. We've got to think about how long it takes to apply. How long is it going to last? Right? Those are all the factors that go into making this decision. And so that's an important thing to consider.
And what you could do, business development gets with the ventilation systems of all the arenas. You could save indoor sports. This is out of control.
Can you see it now on the big screen, the PureProtect logo?
Yes.
Across
I actually can. That'd be amazing. I can see
Every
this.
transportation, every NBA team that transports on bus, every
Exactly.
game, they go back and Orlando PureProtect on that bus.
Yeah, that's right. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys, you know what? And we made it. It's 10 o'clock, and so I really, really appreciate. This was a lot of great information. I hope that this video can benefit not only anybody here, but they'll watch us later, and there'll be a link to the video. And if I can help you with awareness in the future, let me know if there's anything I can do, because I think I love the product. You guys are awesome. This information is great, and really, I mean, this is a civic service. I mean, not often can you say, you know, what you're doing is saving lives, but I think, I don't know, I don't want to get crazy, but I mean, this is really great stuff. And
Well, you're impacting the health of others. You're right.
Yes.
You are. You have the ability to make a social impact, right? And right now, the more social impact we can make, you know, the better off we all are. So
social impact, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and we appreciate you, Jay, for allowing us to kind of continue our mission and spread the word and educating people. So really appreciate you having us on here and being able to kind of talk about PureProtect and RideKleen. And for us, it's, you know, we've always been in, like I said, in the business of cleaning cars, but we really feel like with this program, we have a more of a greater impact to society, right, with what we're bringing to the table. So really appreciate the time. We're excited about what we're doing, and we want to get other people excited about PureProtect and be part of the program.
Yeah, and you know, to your audience, you know, thanks for joining and listening in today. And if you have more questions, reach out to us. You know, go to our website, reach out to our team, call us. You know, we're here. We're a continued resource. We want to help you make the right decisions.
Right. Go to RideKleen.com. You can fill out the form, contact, and get the information or any questions about products or the program and how to be a PureProtect carrier. Guys, thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed this interview.
Thanks, Jay.
Thank you so much, Jay.
All right. Have a great night. Thank you.
Take care.
And stay safe. Okay, and I'm ending the meeting. Okay, I just ended the meeting. And let me shut down the window. And you can still see me. You can still hear me. Oh, and we want to go to the end of the show, don't we? Well, this is the end of the show. Thanks for watching ATI. Guys, listen, if you're still with me, and I know it's a long show, I really appreciate you staying here with me. That was a lot of great information, and I highly encourage anybody interested in being a PureProtect carrier to check it out. Find out more information. You can email me, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Go to the RideKleen website. Share this video. Please remember to like this video. And, of course, stay safe. I really do appreciate it. You guys in the live chat, I don't read all the live chats throughout the rest of the show, but, I mean, I don't read them out loud, but I'm seeing what you're saying. I really do appreciate it. You help with some of the ideas of questions that I ask. And also the levity, I really appreciate that. You're part of the community, the core, and the ecosystem here at Auto Transport Intel. Please join me on Thursday for Dispatching Live at noon. Or if you're looking to connect with dealers, auctions, and carriers, please join us, Cars on the Move, Friday at noon. Let me know how we can help. And stay safe. And I'm going to run that car hauler, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week. We're going to interview Raven, Vehicle Inspection Reimagined. You're not going to want to miss it. You guys take care. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.